Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 360 Sports. Today, we're going to be talking all things basketball. My name's Gavin McCue. I'm here with Jack D, Jack K, and Owen. Guys, let's get into some headlines. The Dallas Mavericks decided to fire their GM, Nico Harrison. Do you guys think that this was a good move, especially considering the Luka Doncic situation last season, or do you think they should have stuck with him?
I mean, this is time has come. Oh my God! I think it's quite obvious the damage that he's done to the franchise. He just completely dismantled it. You don't trade Luka Doncic, but he did. You can't rewrite history. Now it's just about the future and what they can salvage from this whole situation. It's a real shame, like what he did to the franchise, but you can't rewrite this.
Yeah, I mean, this was a finals team 2 years ago, and now they're in the dumps. Yeah. So I think it definitely was the right move. I think the fans wanted him out, the players wanted him out.
The energy the energy was bad, like in the Maverick Stadium. That was like, I think that might have been the final straw. All the fire Nico chants.
Yeah,
it's just like a bad culture. Like you gotta switch it up. If your fans aren't having a good time, they're not gonna show up to the games. They're gonna like how does that make the whole team feel? Like they needed a switch, and it was his time, I'd say.
Absolutely. I think his tenure was long overdue, way before the Luka trade. I mean, getting rid of Brunson for nothing. You got. Who else you got? Grimes over to Philly. You got Porzingis. That trade was a disaster. Overall, he's just been a terrible GM for the longest time. And now when you look at it, the roster they have right now is the 8th oldest in the league, and that includes Cooper Flagg, who is younger than me when I'm a freshman in college. So he's, carrying his weight, dragging it all the way down. This roster's old. They need the AD money and the Kyrie money off the books.
I don't mind their future, though. I mean, looking at it right now, they have their pick this year, and this is a loaded draft class. If you can get into the top 3 and add someone like DeBanza, Boozer, or Peterson next to Flagg, you have a good future on your hands, especially if you flip AD for assets and Washington for assets and Gafford. They could make a little push past this Harrison era where he literally ruined.
Do you guys think they need to get rid of Kyrie and
I think
Davis?
He should definitely be shut down for the season. There's no reason he should play.
I think, especially after this move, I think it's over.
I think AD.
Why risk it?
I don't know if
how much.
They're just eating up cap. There's no reason.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you get for AD at this point in time. I don't know what his value looks like, but I think at this point, how old he is.
Not Luka, that's for sure.
Oh no, obviously not. But I don't know what you can get for him. But just try to salvage anything, honestly, because this era's over. You got to embrace the Flagg era.
All right, let's move on. The Detroit Pistons improved to 9-2 in a 7-game win streak with the win versus the Wizards last night. Do you guys think that the Pistons can keep this success going throughout the season?
Yeah, I think they definitely can. I mean, if Cade's tossing up 31 shots, like that efficiency won't work. But that game aside, they've been playing great all season. He's averaging 27 right now, he's playing at an MVP caliber level. And the Pistons, they have a solid role. They got a bunch of good role players around. They got Duncan Robinson shooting 40%. You got Jay Knight whenever he gets healthy. Jalen Duran giving you 19 and 12 a game. And the East is wide open this year. That's pretty obvious. I think they can make a strong push to make a deep run in the playoffs.
I really agree with that. I mean, they made the playoffs for the first time in 6 seasons last year, so they already kind of have a little bit of a head start. Like we said, Cade Cunningham putting up 40 shots last night, but dropping 46 points, pretty impressive. He leads the team, like you said, 27.5 points a game and 9.9 rebounds as well. And they currently lead the East by 2 games. I think they're pretty good, and I'm really think they're going to be a threat.
I think we could talk about Cade all day. I think it's Jalen Duran that's taking a step this year. I mean, he walked into last year, he was a restricted free agent going to free agency. And when you are coming off the rookie contract and the team doesn't extend you after it kind of tells you what the organization thinks about you. This year, he's embraced that defensive side, and we've seen the ability that he has, the potential that he has on the defensive side. Last year, guys were shooting 63% at the rim against him. This year, it's under 50%. He's getting the ball more off the pick and roll with Cade, which I really like. It's one of the best pick and rolls in the game, and he's expanded his offense. I really like Jalen. I think he's in for like an all-star mention, especially if the Pistons are a 1 seed.
Yeah.
I got to say, when it comes to Detroit, the offense is not what I'm looking at. I mean, they're middle of the pack in field goal percentage, three-point percentage. They're 3rd in rebounds per game, 2nd in blocks per game, 3rd in steals per game, and 6th best in opponents' points per game. Their defense and their boards are carrying this team on its back. I mean, they're 9-2. They're gritty, and they're defensive. And that's what I love to see in the modern NBA when it's all score this, score that.
I like this team's built really good for the modern NBA, too. You have guys like, you see the Thunder, what they have. It's just role players built around their star. They let their star play the way he wants to, and you have role players built around. This team does that. Asar is one of the best wing defenders in the NBA. Isaiah Stewart was in for like an all-NBA conversation defensively last year if he didn't come off the bench. He was, seriously. He's so underrated. He's a really good defender. And Jalen Duran playing as well. You have like good guys like Tobias Harris, vets, Duncan shooting the ball well. I think they need a shooter though. I think that's one thing.
You think Duncan Robinson's enough? They need one more, you think?
They 100% need one more, I think.
I think
they're
Duncan's
missing
a good
Malik Beasley.
Yeah, Duncan's a good guy off the bench. He's not a guy that you want to necessarily say, oh, this is our three-point guy.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, let's move on. We had a few key matchups in the NCAA with men's basketball over the weekend. Michigan State defeated Arkansas, and Alabama defeated St. John's. How do you guys think that these matchups will affect the rankings?
I would say I think both games were upsets. Some people would say that Arkansas and Michigan State was not.
Right.
But I would say that it was. I mean, Arkansas at MSU coming out on top. Arkansas has been seen as a high team entering this year. And now that they lose this game, of course, Michigan State's not a bad team by any means. But Arkansas going down here, even in a close game, is going to be big. I think they might fall, towards the back end of the rankings, or even, might fall out if they lose another one sometime soon.
This is like a classic like Coach Cal team to me. Like against Michigan State. I mean, Michigan State is the team where like they're super organized, defensive. Izzo's always got them in a really good structure. Arkansas, it's just like a bunch of freshmen making freshman mistakes, so reckless. I think that's why Michigan State. I mean, they look good in this matchup. I don't know. Arkansas's ceiling is a lot higher than Michigan State's, but Michigan State's floor is like right there with Arkansas ceiling, I think, if that makes sense.
I also like Michigan State freshman Cam Ward. He led the way with 18
really
points.
In 23 minutes, too. In very limited time.
Yeah.
He gave off great production.
I think this Michigan State team is a little bit underrated. So, also, I don't really think it will affect the rankings that much because both these teams are already in the bottom half of the rankings. But yeah, it was a really fun game to watch. More of a defensive battle, but I think Arkansas looks solid too, and I like your take, Jack. I see them Arkansas making a bit of a tournament run later in March.
I can see that.
I think it's a good team. It's just, can they, get those little edges out and really work on pushing the team forward?
They got a lot of freshmen too.
They do. I mean,
they're young.
Darius is fire.
Yeah.
He's a great ball player.
Darius Cuff is a classic like Coach K guard.
He is. He absolutely is.
Yeah.
My big takeaway from the BAM game is LeBaron Philon. I think he's like a pro level guard, and him and Holloway were a really good backcourt against St. John's.
Yeah, they combined for 40 over level 40. That guard play was really good, and I just overwhelmed St. John's.
St. John's
defense.
has like no guard play right now.
Yeah.
And like I know, oh my God, I'm blanking on Coach Patino. He spoke a lot about like not having to have a point guard before the season, and it came and bite him. There were no consistent playmaking at all the whole game. I don't know.
This is definitely a huge win for Bama, I'd
was
say.
a big win for Bama.
Because they have a tough schedule. They're playing number 2 Purdue coming up. They're playing number 14 Illinois. I think they're going to ride this momentum. I think they have a really fighting chance against any of these top 5, top 15 teams. I think they can stay within this top 5 ranking throughout the rest of the season.
I believe St. John's was 5th entering the game, so that's pretty big. But the big thing about that game was St. John's losing the turnover battle, 12-7. Alabama, 19 points off turnovers compared to 7 for St. John's. That alone would have swung the game if it had gone the other way. That's a big thing to look at.
Yeah, it is for sure. All right, let's go to the board. We're going to have a little fun here. Despite some early season success, we aren't set on these teams succeeding throughout the rest of the season. Let's head to the board and give our pick for which team we think is a pretender.
You're first, man.
Alrighty.
Jack,
Let's go.
I will take it first. I'm going to get a lot of hate from the bandwagons for this. Had to talk with my guy, Big John. I know exactly who it's going to be. And that is the Los Angeles Lakers. They are pretenders. I know LeBron's out. That's fine. Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves are playing at levels they cannot sustain. Sure, Luka's one heck of a ball player. He's not a defender. We've seen these Luka teams before. We saw why the Mavs fell to the Celtics. The defense wasn't there. If Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic are not playing at sustainable levels and the defense starts to falter further in the year in a stacked Western Conference, what's going to happen? The Lakers are going to fall. They can't stand up to the Spurs. They can't stand up to the Thunder or any of those other teams. The Lakers will fall when the defense does not work and the guys start to level back out with the rest of the playing field.
I was thinking about the Lakers for this a lot, but I just don't know what they look like when LeBron comes back.
It's hard to count out when you have. It's hard to count out any team when you have LeBron James as your as on that guy, especially with Luka. But I can definitely see where you're coming from.
Yeah, 100%.
I think Luka needs to be a bit more of an impact.
On what? On offense or defense? Like in general?
I think in general. He's making an impact, but I feel like he's not making the same impact that he has when he was on the Mavs. I don't know. That's my opinion.
I don't think he has to anymore. With Reeves like putting up offensively, and he has got a really good pick.
especially when Braun comes back. Too.
Exactly.
They're just relying so much on Reeves. 30 a game is not sustainable.
Exactly.
At a point, it's going to crash back down.
Yeah.
That's my thought on it.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right.
My turn.
So we're gonna switch to to the East Coast. I'm going to go with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I feel like it's the same story every year with them. They're a great regular season team. You look like they think that they have all the pieces. You got good center play by Mobley and Allen. You have the guards and Mitchell and Garland. But then in the playoffs, it all kind of falls apart. And I feel like they're on the same path this year. What really sticks out to me is Garland has not been playing well. He doesn't look like he's in rhythm. He's averaging around 13 points a game. And I feel like the Cavs offense is relying way too much on Donovan Mitchell's isolation game. When he's not going, the whole team, I feel like, just shuts down. And when you can't have other players back up your star, it's just not going to lead to success in the playoffs. I think they're going to be definitely a first-round exit.
Mm-hmm. We saw that last season, too. They were the number one seed in the playoffs. They lost, what was it, first round? To the Pacers. So
I was scared to pick an East team because I don't even know how many contenders are there.
Yeah, it's all up in the air.
I know. It's hard.
But to be a playoff team, it's just like I can't see them going very far.
I can see it.
With the Cavs, though, it just looks like the team chemistry's off. You know, the players, they're great players. They're great at what they do. It's just the chemistry's off. They don't look like they're playing the same ball game, like they're on the same page.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Jack.
My pick. A lot of hype, especially after the first game of the season, what they did to the Thunder. But I'm going with Houston Rockets and Kevin Durant. Recently, this team they've been hot. They've been good recently. I just don't trust this guard play going long term against the Bucks. 30 points off turnovers. They're fourth in the league in turnovers right now. I don't trust it. Reed Shepherd came off the bench and he's giving them really good minutes right now. But going into the playoffs, when teams start pressuring the ball, they need organization and they need a primary ball handler. I don't think they have it, and I'm really not liking it going into the playoffs.
Yeah, honestly, I have to agree with you on that. Kevin Durant had I hate to say it because I love Kevin Durant. He seems like he's kind of taking a dive off his usual play. He's fading out a little bit. I hate to see that. I thought he was going to still keep that level of play.
And I like so many players on the roster, so it's hard.
Jabari Smith,
Jabari, man, Easton's playing really good ball. But I just don't think going into the playoffs, they just don't have the guard play, and I think guard play is such a big thing in the playoffs.
I agree. They're so dominant from the forward. You got Durant, you got Sengun, but really when you go over to that guard area after getting rid of Green, it's just where do we go from here?
Mm-hmm.
I think what was a really interesting trade was the Durant trade for Green, because obviously Green's a young player, Durant's a little bit more of an old player. Does that trade really pan out well for them?
I don't like
Jalen Green's play.
I think the big thing was Van Vliet getting injured. Because he would run this offense good, and they don't have a point guard right now. I think maybe that's a deadline move. We don't know yet. I mean, we're 11 games in the season, but we'll see.
All right, be the last guy here. All right, I'm gonna also stick in the East I'm gonna go with the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls started off 6-1. They had solid wins against the Sixers, the Knicks, and also the Pistons, who we talked about a little bit earlier, but they've lost 4 of their last 5 games, and their leading scorer is Josh Giddey. He's averaging 21.4 points per game and 9.3 assists. I just really don't see him keeping that up throughout the rest of the season. They got a lot of good vets on their team, and they got a solid team, but I know the East is up in the air. I think the Bulls are a pretend team after a really strong start to the season.
Yeah, if Josh Giddey's your number one guy,
that's
you're doing something wrong if Josh Giddey is your best player.
Beginning of the year, Josh Giddey looked like he could be a number one guy.
They just don't have a player that can go out and win them games day after day.
I like the Bulls, but
they don't have that superstar.
Exactly.
They're not a contender.
No. Another team I was definitely eyeing. I mean, the Bulls. They're a fun team to watch, but they're not a guy who's gonna run straight forward and give you wins in the East.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's still early in the season. Let's rate some teams on the panic meter so far this season. The first team we're going to start off with is the Magic.
I'll lead off with this one.
Yeah.
So with the Magic, I thought the board segment was going to be the other way around. I was like, let's make it, a team that's failing right now that I think is going to excel. The Magic would have been my pick on that board. I'm putting them at a 2 out of 10. I mean, when you look at this roster, Banchero's a number 1 pick for a reason. 23, 9-4 so far. Suggs, when healthy, monster defender. Franz Wagner, I mean, one of the best number 2 options in the entire league. I'll dare to say it. And the crazy thing is Desmond Bane is underperforming. When he starts firing the way he did on the Grizzlies, I will say this Magic team's a top 4 seed in the East.
Yeah, they got a lot of pieces around. It's early.
I was on the same boat. I have a 5 just because they've been so rocky to start the year off. But I mean, the Bane shot last night I think gives them momentum. Hopefully it gives them momentum. They need momentum. They're 5-6 right now in the East. I mean, the East is so open that they can easily jump to the 4 seed by the All-Star break. So
and I think you were talking a little bit about momentum. They've won 4 of their last 6 games. I think they need a little bit more help from their bench.
Yeah.
Banchero's been playing really well, really solid. We talked about Bain and Suggs. Suggs, I know he's a little injury prone, but really solid player.
Monster defenders.
Yeah.
Suggs just got
really
back.
solid player.
Suggs just got
So
back.
I said they're at a 3. Just,
Yeah.
I mean, I would put them at a 1 or a 2, but just because of the preseason expectations. But this team's fine.
Yeah.
Not too worried about them. Yeah, I have them at like a 4. It's
Yeah.
like basically all the same points you guys made. They're just, it's early. They have all the talent. Once they kind of like coalesce a little better,
It'll work.
They'll work itself out.
All right, next up we got the Memphis Grizzlies.
I had, sorry,
Go ahead.
I appreciate it. I had them at a 6 out of 10, and the main reason I have this is because John Morant is playing horrible this year. Like he's playing like he wants to get traded at this point. He's only averaging 19, and he's shooting 14% from 3. I feel like I could do that with my eyes closed. Like realistically, he's not playing well at all.
Yeah.
And if he gets back on track, maybe I can drop it to like a 4 out of 10 maybe. But he's their main guy. When your superstar has not been playing well, the whole team play is going to drop exponentially.
I'm at a 7. I think this team is. I think it's time to call it quits on this era. I think not really because it's over, but I think these players are bought out. Ja don't want to be there anymore. You could tell. I think it's getting time to where it's like it's going to be a sale over there, and Ja's going to go. I think Jaren's going to go, and all these role players will probably get picked off because they have really good role players over there. I think it's about time. Grizzlies are like 3-7, 3-6 right now. They're
Something
really
like that.
They're yeah, you're right.
They're not playing good. They're only the 11th seed in the West, so they're not completely out of it. But the West is so tough, you're not going to compete in that conference with the team they have right now.
I'm gonna go one above you. I'm gonna go with an 8.
Okay, we're going.
There we go.
I've already heard trade rumors that the T-Wolves have made some calls for Morant. I agree. It doesn't look like he wants to play for this team anymore. And I didn't really think they were going to be that great before the season either. So I think overall, this franchise needs to rebuild.
Yeah,
it's time to go into
definitely.
rebuild mode, which kind of stinks because Ja started off his career so strong. And I mean, obviously he's had the off-court incidents, but we won't get too much into that. But I just think it's time to let him go and really rebuild.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to joke. I'm in the exact same boat, 8 out of 10, and I cited the exact same trade rumor. I say if Ja goes, your playoff hopes in the garbage. I'm just saying the Grizzlies are done.
Yeah, and like this team, it kind of stinks for them because this team was pretty good. I mean,
Yeah,
they were making
they
the
look so
playoffs for a few
promising.
years in a row, and they never really made that jump to be in the conference finals or make it to the NBA
They were an
finals.
exciting young team. You really thought that at some
Exactly.
point they were going to make that final leap, but it never happened.
The West never really had that drop. They've always had competitive teams at the top, and the Grizzlies just never built that core to push through a Golden State or an OKC.
Right, I agree. All right, next up we got the Indiana Pacers.
I'm at a 0. I think there's no need to panic right now. I didn't know they were going to be bad this year without Halliburton. You have your own first-round pick. I'm not a Pacers fan, so I can't speak on the expectations I had for my team this year. Right now, you don't have Halliburton. You're sitting at maybe the worst team in the East. I think you're 1-9, 1-10.
Yeah.
I think you're fine going forward. You're fine with tanking this year. I think no Halliburton. You didn't expect to be a good team this year. You still have all your role players next year. You have everyone coming back. You're going to add a top pick to that, and you're fine.
But that's my thing. They still have all the role players.
Yeah.
Like it's like I
It could be better. I feel like they could have been a little better.
I
Again, like
agree.
he's the engine of that
Could be.
team, obviously, but like I think they could have. I'm still a little disappointed. They're 1-9.
it's like
They
this
could've
is a
got
little
few
bit
more
different.
games.
This is a little bit different. The Celtics are somewhat in a somewhat similar boat. I think. I mean, obviously we don't have Tatum. Same injury as Halliburton. I know we have Jaylen Brown.
That's what I mean.
I know
I
we
think
have
the
D-White,
guys
but
around are so much better.
I don't know. I just think I would say I'm at 5 with this
Okay.
team.
I just don't know how high the expectations were this year. And I think, realistically, the best you get out of this year in Indiana is, a play-in, right outside the play-in in the East. So, like, what's wrong with taking a step back? Oh, my God. And getting a top draft pick.
I will say I was between two numbers for the Pacers. Those two numbers being a 0 and a 10.
Yeah.
And I could not decide between the two.
Yeah.
I'm a Knicks fan. We lost to them last year.
Yeah.
And the amount of stuff that I saw about the Pacers just making fun of us for losing was crazy. So I want to say a 10 in the fact that they're 1-9 and they look horrific and Siakam's the only guy doing anything worth anything.
No bias at all, right?
No bias at all. But there's also the 0. There's the fact that they could tank. They have their own pick. They could easily, get a good player. I can't decide which side I want to go with. I'm going to feed into my Knicks bias. I'm going to say a 10. However, I can see the argument for a 0 as well.
Yeah, but like, what players do they not have now that they did last season? When
Miles Turner.
And Halliburton.
Well, Halliburton.
And
Obviously
Miles Turner is a big-
Halliburton. But
Those
I'm
are the
saying,
two.
I mean, yeah, that is a big loss.
They still have Siakam. They still have Nesmith and Nembhard,
Nembhard,
who was a playoff god for some reason.
Saying.
But he's also
like,
been out
what
for
happened
half
to
the year
him?
too.
Yeah, he's been hurt.
Year too. Yeah.
I think he's played like 3 games.
Yeah, they were starting like Ben Shepherd at point guard for half the game, so it was bad.
All right, the last team we'll talk about here is the Pelicans.
Oh, sell the team. 9. I had him at 9.
I got him at
9.5.
10.
Yeah, like it's horrible. 2-8. Always injury prone. Like it's the same thing every year. Sell the franchise. Relocate somewhere else. It's not. They gotta just like clear the whole deck out.
Yeah.
I will say I didn't even have the Pelicans on the scale. What I wrote to a T was they know they suck, so the meter is irrelevant. If hopes were high after last season, that's their fault.
Yeah.
That is what I wrote word for word, and I truly believe it. The Pelicans, if you came into this year with any hope you were going to be good, please like reevaluate your life and your world of
Take a
sports
day.
because it's not working.
Yeah.
Queens look good so far, and Fears look good. The rookies haven't looked bad, but it's like Zion.
Those poor guys.
It's time to move on from Zion. I don't know what his value is, but like it's time to move on from Zion.
He might be the most confusing player in the league,
he's
trade
healthy.
value-wise.
And
You
Trey Murphy,
genuinely have
he's
no
just-
idea what's going on.
Yeah, and Trey Murphy hasn't looked good either.
Herb Jones has looked good though. He's a bright spot.
Herb's
for that
always
team.
gonna look
Herb's
good.
always.
He's a fun guy to watch.
Yeah.
I agree with the Zion take. I think he was built for college, not really built for the NBA. If that makes like
I think
he's
still
built
good
for the
player.
NBA, but he's
Look
like
at him. He's huge.
It
That's
seems
what
like he
I know.
doesn't care
I
at
know
points.
he just like
I don't know if
He
I
doesn't
would
take care of
his
himself.
style.
know.
Exactly, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like his style, the way he takes
Yeah.
care of himself, isn't meant for the NBA.
Yeah, I can see it.
I mean, how much does he weigh? He weighs like 200 something.
You
was
never know.
at-
His weight's always changing.
he
He's
was
like
at-
300, then he's like
Yeah.
250.
Like-
Like I don't know.
Yeah.
During the offseason, this would be like, oh, Zion gained 30 pounds. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Whatever. That's used to it at this point, honestly.
All right, we'll move on to some freshman phenoms. Back to NCAA men's basketball. Ibadza and Cameron Boozer, we've seen them play their first 2 games of the season, as well as some other stars. Where do we think these guys are going to go in the draft? And let's rate their performances so far this
Yeah.
season.
First off, I mean, AJ and Boozer are, I don't know if they're the top. My guy's Darren Peterson. You can talk about him, but I love
Yeah,
Darren
I
Peterson.
agree.
I think he's got the potential to be a generational guard in the league. I really like Darren Peterson. He's already so polished. He's already NBA ready. DeBance is my favorite player to watch, though. You see when he's got the ball in his hands how
He's smooth,
athletic
yeah,
he is.
smooth
He's
game.
so
Yeah.
smooth. Yeah.
Very smooth.
I agree.
Yeah.
Ball handling really good too.
That upset versus Nova, that was a really impressive performance by him.
Yeah.
He really stepped up, dropped 21, upset Nova. That was a great performance by him, I'd say.
I got to say, a fun guy to watch that you guys might not be aware of, Koa Pete from Arizona. Dropped 37-5 against number 3 Florida in his debut. I mean, I had never heard of this kid until this season. He comes in, drops 30 on Florida. It's like, wait a minute, is Arizona back?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I
like-
mean,
go ahead.
yeah. Let's talk a little bit about Peterson really quick. His IQ, his basketball IQ is so strong.
Off the charts.
I mean, his game they went into Chapel Hill, they got the win, and he just looked solid. So I think he's going to be my number 1.
Yep.
I think it's going to be Diabatsa number 2 and Boozer number 3.
Yeah.
Boozer had a tough first half against Texas.
Yeah.
I was going to say that.
He
I
went
like
3
Boozer
for
a lot,
12 in the game, 0 for 4 3-point.
His efficiency is, I think, is his biggest problem.
Yeah. He played a little bit better in the second half, but
Yeah. I want to give love to Caleb Wilson, too, because he's looked like maybe the best freshman in the country so far. UNC, they knocked off Duke, too, and he looked really good. I like Caleb Wilson a lot. He's jumping into that conversation, like right up there. He's not going to be over Boozer at any point in this draft cycle, but I really like Caleb Wilson, too.
I want to also show love. He's not better than any of these guys, but Kai and Anthony.
Okay.
He's been playing well. Like, true, he's been playing against like some scrubby teams, but he looks like he has the confidence level that that a freshman should not have. But he's playing with a confidence that you can it shows in his game, and I think will really propel him forward. It's like they have a tough schedule coming. They're going to play Kansas. They're going to play Houston. If he can play the way he's averaging 17 right now, if he can drop around those similar numbers against those top-ranked teams, I think his draft stock is going to instantly propel. It's really show what he can do.
I want to see these guys playing in big primetime games.
Yeah.
That's what
That's what they really show out. That's where you can tell.
I mean, it's early season.
That
It's these
Boston-
random matchups.
That's what Caleb
It's
Wilson
tough,
did
yeah.
to Duke when they played the other day. I mean, he looked really good, and Boozer looked good, too. But
Yeah.
I would say, can I do one more thing?
Yeah.
My number 3 has not been said yet. So I have Peterson at 1, I have Boozer at 2. My number 3 is David Mirkovic of Illinois. I mean, he's at 18 and 12 and a half so far this year at forward. He's just a fun guy to watch. I think he'll win Big Ten Freshman of the Year. He's just like a guy who went under the radar so far through this recruitment cycle, and now he's here, and he's balling on the Big Ten scale.
I think this is going to be one of the better
draft
classes
100%.
we've seen in a while. I mean, they've been pretty bad the past few years, right? Last year was
a good draft.
flagged,
Last year was a good draft.
But I think the year before there was like
it was
really
just role
no one.
players.
Yeah.
But this year it seems like the guys are like they're ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
Like they
can be
seem
one and
more
dones.
polished.
Yeah,
And
They
what's
want it
interesting
done.
is a lot of
Smarter.
these guys now are reclassing up. Like DeBance is not supposed to be in this class. He was a reclass up. Flag was. So it's like it's insane that these guys are supposed to be seniors in high school and they look like the best players in college
Makes me
basketball.
feel a little bad about myself.
Yeah,
but-
Exactly.
All right, let's wrap up tonight's show. We're going to talk about some picks for tonight. The first one we got is Warriors at Thunder.
Thunder's not.
We're
even
not
close.
questioning this,
It's the
right?
Thunder.
This
Shea's
is-
unstoppable.
This isn't a question.
As much as I hate Shea, how much as like I want to gouge my eyes out every time he flops and brings his head up. Like he's dropping 30. The team is so well rounded. You got your defensive guys in Caruso and Dortch. You got Chad, who's been playing well this year. Like that team is so well rounded. I haven't seen anyone come close to stopping them. They're going to probably beat them by at least like 10 points.
And the Warriors have been slipping up recently too.
Yeah.
The Warriors haven't looked that good.
I-
So I like the Thunder too.
I think that they play well in this game. I think the Thunder are going to win, but I think the Warriors keep it close.
Yeah.
Steph's going to come to play. They haven't had a great start to the season after having, somewhat high
They have the pieces. That's why it's like-
preseason hopes. Yeah. So I think they come out and play strong, but I do agree. I think the Thunder get the win.
Thunder are 10-1 without J-Dub. I mean, it's this team's crazy. Isaiah Hartenstein's playing up like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've had a lot of injuries too, and they're still 10-1. They're the best team in basketball by far.
All right, we'll go to Kentucky at Louisville.
This is a coin toss for me. I think it's going to be a lot of points. This is going to be a high action
shootout?
game. 'Cause it's going to be a shootout. So I don't know. I'm just going to go with Louisville because they're at home. I like Michael Brennan out there, freshman guard. So I'm just going with Louisville.
I am going purely off of last year for this, which is a terrible idea, but I'm doing it anyway. Last year, Louisville was incredible at home. Kentucky was terrible away. We know the way these teams like to play, and I feel that carries over. I'm going to take Louisville by a large margin. I'll say about 10.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. Louisville, I think, with the upset. Connie Puth's 18-8-5. He's been playing really well. He's been a sleeper so far this year. I think he's going to be a big factor in this game upcoming.
Yeah. I like Louisville as well.
Okay,
What's
that's
happened?
not good. We're all in
We're on the
Louisville.
same page right now.
It's
This is
not
awesome.
good.
How do we think Kentucky's going to be this season? I think they're like
I have no idea.
yeah.
I
that's what I'm
can't
saying.
tell.
They're a
I think
wild
they're like
card
middle
team.
of the pack.
Yeah.
Middle of the pack.
Kentucky's always interesting because since like Cal left and they were all that's so dominant, they've always been like on and off. Like, are they going to be good? Are they going to be a good tournament team this year? They don't make the tournament the one year, and it's like Kentucky's. Always, I think they're going to be middle of the pack too. I think they'll be like a 6th seed going into the March Madness.
I just can't believe how
Maybe a
good
little
the SEC has gotten. At
SEC is
basketball.
crazy.
It's nuts.
Who would've thought?
It's insane.
I mean, it's really only been like over the span of 6 years.
Yeah.
Really.
Ish.
This
Yeah,
this league is
Alabama,
really taking over.
Auburn are like making themselves like perennial teams
yeah.
now. Yeah.
Florida,
Yeah, Florida too. Yeah.
Arkansas. I mean, it's pretty crazy. All right, let's go to our last matchup: Texas Tech at Illinois.
They're both really banged up right now, so I know that. But I like Illinois a bit better. Their big man's hurt. Their big man's hurt, and I think that's like something to go with. But Illinois at home, I like Illinois a little bit better.
I have one name for you.
Yeah, I know you about to say.
Your guy.
David Mirkovic. I'm saying this Illinois team is so fun to watch. They're going to be so good this year. Texas Tech, ranked, great team. Give me Illinois.
Yeah, I have Illinois too. Your boy's been balling out, and then I think they have like such a size advantage. I feel like they're just going to dominate in the paint over Texas Tech. It's just going to be it'll be a shootout. I think I got Illinois by like at least 10, 15 points.
I agree.
Yeah.
Illinois. I'm going to
agree.
keep it simple.
Fun team.
Yeah.
Shouldn't say that because they're Big Ten.
Gotta love a
but,
fun team.
But they're a fun team. They are.
Texas Techs are like scrappy though. Like last year, I
They
think
always
were
are,
good,
every
but they're
year.
just
They
like
got
a
grit.
scrappy, good,
Yeah.
gritty defensive
I
team. They
respect them.
always are. So they'll keep it close.
I think it'll be a good game. It'll be a show of offense versus a show of defense. I think that's what it'll end up being.
If this wasn't in Illinois, I would have picked Texas Tech. I'm just like right now. I don't know much about any team in college basketball.
We're
It's
2
so
games
early.
in.
Yeah,
There's only
it's
so
so
much
hard.
you
A
I
lot of
really
them
know.
like if they have like weaker competition games. It's so tough to judge a team when you play like I can't even give an example of like a.
Penn State at New Haven.
Yeah.
something
I'm
like that.
sorry,
Yeah, you
what?
can't- It's so tough to tell this early, but
Do you think
Go with your
Illinois
gut.
is the favorite in the Big Ten?
Ooh.
Who else?
Michigan State.
Michigan State's good.
Michigan State's up
Those are like the two I'd say.
I think I like Illinois over Michigan State.
Yeah, I think so too.
Depending on how Michigan State's freshmen play. I mean, like I said before, Cam Ward's been playing well, but I don't know.
I want to say Illinois, but you can never bank against Michigan
I know.
State. That's the problem.
Especially in a tournament, and then Izzo comes in. It's like I can't
It
pick
is
against
experience.
Izzo.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Tune back in tomorrow for another episode of 360 Sports. Have a great night, guys.